Hey Scruffy, how you doing? Yeah, you got some weird weather today, huh? It's stormy looking, although we didn't get any rain. You know, a lot of dark, overcast clouds. Can't see the sun. It's supposed to be daylight still. But it looks like it's dark. And the temperature dropped from like, I don't know, 20, 30 degrees the other day. Crazy. Okay, I'm gonna see. Let's get your food on the table. Get the glove. Feels a little humid. Whoops. Don't know why Scruffy ran. Okay, it's better. So yeah, the weather is weird looking today. So I think it's going to remain cool the next few days, and then it's going to heat up again. I'm not complaining. Needed a break from the heat. Usually this time of year we get the extended summer, so this is unusual. So I had a busy day. I took my bike to get repaired. Losing focus. Got it back. Okay, so anyway, so I took in my bike for repairs, so this concludes the roughly month-long nightmare of broken things around the house. So I started off with my AC and furnace, and electrical problem in the house with the lights and the outlets, or outlet singular. And I guess the sliding door lock that's been around for a year, but I finally dealt with that. But yeah, on my bike, my shifter, the shifter cable snapped. So, and it snapped, I think, inside the shifter itself. So basically, I can't change gears anymore. So I'm spending a lot this month on hiring repair people or buying and repair stuff. So yeah, I also I bought a bunch of fuses and stuff to change the AC fuses, hoping that was the problem, which it wasn't. But anyway, yeah. So the AC and the electrical problem were actually they were connected at the hip. So there was a short of some sort at the furnace, and without the furnace, the AC won't work, and the short was causing the lights and outlet, to not work. So hire people. Not a cheap month, but I consider myself lucky that it didn't require me to buy a new AC and furnace, which would have been really, really expensive. Probably still have to buy a new one, but I don't have to buy one immediately. So it's old. So they say about 20 years is the life expectancy, which mine is now past. But I have heard that they can last 30 or 40 years if they were installed well and well maintained. And I actually don't use it at the worst times of day. I usually wait till night if I can withstand it. Sometimes I have to turn it on, but I don't do it that often during the day. And so longevity wise, I think this unit should still have some legs, so I'd like to stretch it out as much as I can. So today was dealing with the final thing that was broken, my bicycle. So fortunately my mechanic is pretty far away. It's like a 45-minute drive each way. So it's not a fun trip. Scruffy's really grooming. I think I need to give him a flea pill. Keep an eye on that. See, not sure if he's just itching or if he's just annoyed by a piece of fur. So yeah, we just went through the dreadlock problem not long ago. Here it is again. So anyway, I've been thinking about it for quite a few years, but I haven't done it. I've been wanting to buy a new bike. Mine is something like 30 years old or something like that. It's I can feel its limitations. So modern bikes are vastly improved in many areas. So I've been thinking for years I wanted to buy a new bicycle. One thing that's kept me back is I don't exactly know what I want, and brand new bicycles are actually very expensive, or can be very expensive. It's kind of I think it's kind of sick that people can say a $2,000 bike is that's mid-range. it feels really expensive to me. So I've been working with my mechanic since the beginning of the pandemic. So he's been earning my trust, so I pretty much trust him now. And he sells used bicycles. And so last time I saw him, he showed me a couple of bicycles he had. And I told him I wanted to hold out a little longer, but yeah, I'm going to start thinking about it. I wasn't sure if I was going to research looking for a new one or try buying a used one. And after my bicycle broke this time, I kind of decided I think I want to have another bike for my regular exercise rides. I want to keep my old bike. It's good for shopping and errands and stuff. It's a good road street bike. It's old and built like a tank. Good for street, traffic riding. It's and it's so old nobody will probably steal it. But yeah, for the daily exercise rides that I do, I'm gonna play something a little more capable. But yeah, I didn't want to fork out for a new bike. But after this incident and not having to fork out for a new AC and furnace right now, and I've been putting it off for so many years, so I decided, I think I should finally do it. It's not unreasonable, and then a used one doesn't cost nearly as much. And then I can kind of learn the ropes, and because it's a used one, I potentially can sell it back after a period of time and then try a different one, trade it in. and learn the ropes that way. So when I do if I finally decide to buy a new bike or a very expensive used bike or something like that, then at least kind of know what I want. So that's probably pretty far down the line. Okay, let's get the food. So I did lunch a little bit early today because I needed to leave to take my bike in, and I wanted to do it earlier than later, just make sure I don't hit traffic and other issues. Hey Scruffy, how you doing? Looks like it's gonna rain today. Really cloudy and dark. Kind of cold. Well, not that cold. It's actually kind of nice. It's been too hot. But I don't think we're actually going to get any rain. There's nothing in the forecast about rain. Just clouds. It's a little early today because I gotta take a trip. Ready for food? So I gotta take my bike in. Let's put the food on the table. Let the kibble soak. Actually, most of the water's gone. I probably could ship it more water in there. Get your water down. And the glove. And the sitting chair. So Scruffy's approaching me from a different angle today. Not sure what he's trying to accomplish. Seems like he's kind of avoiding me, at least from the head. Okay. So he seems to want me to avoid the head, but he's actually angled his body in a way that's kind of hard to get to it without going past his head. This is a little better. Okay, let's get your food. Tonight's dinner is super supper meaty pate, kibble, and rotisserie chicken scraps. And it's the last of the can of the meaty pate, so get another flavor tomorrow. So anyway, today I was planning on taking my bike in for repairs and then looking at his bikes to possibly buy one today to bring back with me, and then I expected he would have to work on my bike for a while, so I'd have to go back another day to pick that one up. He showed me 3 different bicycles to try out. They're a little more expensive than I thought or was planning, because I think the ones he showed me last time are a little cheaper, but not that much more. The first 2 I think were the same, or sorry, the first 2 were the same price, and then the third one is a little more expensive. The first 2 were $375, and then the third one was over $400. So originally I was thinking closer to $300 range. Gonna move the balls. So I found whereas the first bike fit me the best, but I kind of like the components on the second 2 bikes better. In particular, all I was asking for was a bike that was really good at climbing hills, and I told him I actually didn't want anything fancy since my old bike was really old. So kind of just a joke, I was saying, I wanted to, trade up from my 30-year-old bike to a 20-year-old bike. So it still feel very brand new to me. Unfortunately, I think these bikes are probably at the oldest 5 to 10 years. My guess is they're closer to 5 or less. So anyway, I ended up getting the first bike just because of the size fit. The other 2 bikes, I think I liked one, the second, or I think I liked the second one. Actually, I kind of like both of them a little better for climbing, but what I noticed, particularly on one of them, but it was kind of the same in both, was they were much longer and bigger, and it was forcing me to lean forward more, and more of my weight was getting pushed onto my wrists, and it was actually starting to cause me some discomfort, and I didn't want to have to deal with that. I think the bicycles are too big for me, whereas the first one was about the right size. So fortunately, so it seemed to be in the most rough shape compared to the other 2, even though they were both, the first 2 were both the same price. I didn't haggle, but after I told him I think I'll take the first bike, he just threw in, so he managed to fix my bicycle shifter cable while I was there, so he was actually trying really hard to try to fix it there on the spot, because he knew I had a really long drive, and he knew making me come back another day would kind of suck. So he was actually really trying to fix it while I was looking at his other bikes, and so he basically threw in the repair for free. And I know the repair by itself would have probably cost me over 100, probably 150, and I probably would have asked for a tune-up too, but probably be over 200 at that point. So knocking all that off or counting that into the price, I think I actually got a pretty good, reasonable deal. So I actually don't know much about the original bike. I tried looking it up, but I actually forgot to ask him what the name and year were. I think I found it, but I can't find the year. it could be anywhere, I think, from, so popular dates were 2018 to 2020. I don't know what the differences are between each year. I'm guessing brand new, it was probably a slightly over $500 bike, so 375. You know, not as marked down as I'd like it, but when he threw in the free repair, I'm probably, yeah, it was probably a good deal. And then I trust him; he does a good job fixing these things, so if I have any problems, you know, he'll make it right. And then the other thing I asked him was if I wanted to change components, get like more, like better gears for climbing. It sounds like it's moddable, so I could bring it in the future and we could talk about upgrading the parts. This will probably cost like $100 or something. But first I'll try out what's there. Yeah, the problem with my old bike is, yeah, it's so old, it's not really moddable. You can't really find any parts that would fit and be better than what was there. This bike's new enough that you can swap in different parts and do different customizations to suit your needs. So that's another reason to get a slightly more modern bike. So Scruffy left some food. So anyway, I had to haul back 2 bikes in one shot. Didn't plan to do that. But yeah, he also saved me a trip, so it saved me a bunch of gas too, so it's probably a good deal. And saved me a lot of time, so I don't have to do another trip. Okay, I guess Scruffy's gonna come back for the food once I go in. I was staying in sight this time. Did that yesterday. I started to dump for food and then he came back. So I'm gonna try that right now, see if he does that. So I'm tapping the bowl on the plate, trying to get the food to come off. It's not, so I gotta use my fingers. Okay. So last night he came back before I even got up. Doesn't look like he's going to do that tonight. I think he's going to wait for me to go in. Okay, standing up. Okay, I think I'm going to toss his water and go in. So I'm going to try to sneak around me. Just tossing the water into the bushes. Okay, just gonna wait for me to go in. Haven't gone in yet. Just open the sliding door. Okay, it's a little impatient. Closing the screen so the bugs don't get in. We'll be done in a moment. Isn't that much food left. Although if he starts throwing up from this, he threw up yesterday after lunch, cleaning up the remaining kibble. If he keeps doing that, I'm going to stop this. I think this is a bad habit. Yet willing to play hardball enough to take the food away from him. But if he keeps throwing up, I'm going to have to, because I don't want him to throw up. I spread it out on the plate a little to slow him down. What Scruffy's waiting for. Okay, so Scruffy's done. Thanks for watching. See you next time.